Yeah, we're keeping our eyes close on radar tonight. Some heavy thunderstorms out there, a lot of lightning, reports of flooding, some minor tree damage, so some gusty winds. The good news is that some of these storms have been on a weakening trend over the past really 20 to 30 minutes as they head closer to the downtown Chicago area, but still coming with heavy rain and also some lightning, so you need to be alert. Bit of a break, but the storms surrounding the city right now for parts of DuPage, also Will County. As we look back over the past 2 hours, you can see these storms just bubbling up, a little bit of a line here, and as it continues to move to the east, weakening a little bit, but still some thunderstorm activity. One of the strongest cells, embedded storm here around DuPage down towards Romeoville and Plainfield. A lot of heavy rain coming down, so some brief flooding a possibility. Also winds up to about 40 miles per hour, not out of the question. And tracking this, these storms are slow moving. So in the path, Romeoville, Lockport at about 421 in the next couple of minutes. So if you're in the path of any of these storms, stay indoors, take cover. As we take a look farther off to the south of the city here, Will County around Frankfort, back towards New Lenox. This one cell packing a punch with heavy rain as well. So those will be the main threats over the next hour to 2 hours. Once we get into that 7 o'clock time frame, expecting a lot of these storms to weaken. Storm reports coming in. We mentioned some thunderstorm wind damage here being reported in Kane County and Elburn. Also some flooding occurring in these spots. We've picked up anywhere from about 1 to 2 inches and about these storms packing a 1 to 2 inch rain rate where we have those spots of blue, so scattered storms here bringing a lot of rain and again those gusty winds. So putting this all into motion for you with satellite and radar, heavy storms still in the forecast at least for the next hour to 2 hours. So everyone downtown Chicago, if you're thinking about heading to Lala, it's going to get hit with some rain here in the near future. Between about 4:15 and 5 o'clock, you can see a weakening trend. I paused this at 6:30, still pulling up a few isolated storms, and then later tonight after 8 o'clock, barely any rain here on the map, so we'll be mostly dry. Unfortunately, into the day tomorrow, we're not going to allow it to be rain-free. More scattered storms will be in the forecast. But the focus right now is on tonight, where parts of the area under a marginal risk, which is on the low end of the severe threat level. Lightning, gusty winds, and brief flooding with the storms tonight, and that's exactly what we're finding. So the Lollapalooza forecast, a few storms in the forecast for the next hour to 2 hours, and then that threat will diminish. Temps will be near 80 degrees. Tomorrow, not a washout, but a few isolated storms not out of the question, and we are looking mostly dry for Saturday and Sunday. Temps, it is mild and it is muggy out there. Low to mid-70s in some spots, but we still have near 80 degrees off to the south of the city. Dew points are near 70 degrees, so the air mass is saturated and humid. Overnight, we'll see our temps drop off into the low 70s tomorrow. Not as humid. Winds moving in from the north and east as the frontal boundary crosses on through, and highs will be near 80 degrees. So for tonight, showers and storms in the forecast continuing. Temps drop
at home, more like a cat.
A new germ-fighting bacteria has been right under our noses the entire time, or rather inside of our noses. German
was across America 200. I'm Ryan Cheverini.
And I'm Val Warner of Windy City Live. Everyone knows Chicago is the Windy City. Some say it has to do with the way we brag about our town.
But more likely, it has to do with the stiff...
Oh, I'm glad we don't have to try to answer it. Ryan wouldn't know it. Windy City Live's Val and Ryan appeared on a clue. It was part of the show's Clues Across America category.
And they're asking, what is that body of water they're standing next to?
Oh, I know that.
Yeah,
Honestly.
we know that, right?
Yours?
I hope we have that right.
Michigan.
Right. The Powerball jackpot has climbed to almost $500 million since no $1 billion. That'd be okay, too.
Take that.
Still ahead on Eyewitness News, we have a better convention. We begin this half hour with that stormy weather that's moving through our area.
The rain triggered some flash flooding in the northwest suburbs. We have video of the high water.
Cheryl Scott right now for her first alert forecast. Cheryl.
Yes, the good news, these storms on a weakening trend, but still packing a punch. And earlier, they were producing 1 to 2 inch rain rates. That's why we did have some flooding out there, and still the potential for some more. Radar Live Doppler 7 Max right now surrounding Chicago here. We have a bulk of some activity. Some scattered storms will continue to move their way to the east, but again, you can see it weakening just a little bit. So the heaviest of the rain, the strongest of the storms south of the city right now. Lockport down towards Joliet, back towards Shanahan. We're looking at that heavy rain. These showers and storms will continue to slowly move their way off to the east, southeast. So Jackson and Elwood, you're in the path of these storms. Also a nice little cell here to the south
All right, John, thanks for that. The Democrats are wrapping up their convention in Philadelphia tonight.
The star of the night will be Hillary Clinton delivering her acceptance speech. Eyewitness News reporters Alan Kraszewski and Charles Thomas live from Philadelphia. And let's start with Alan.
Kraszewski, ABC 7 Eyewitness News, Robin Linda.
And Alan, we want to remind everyone that ABC News
Emails with the FBI.
He's accused of setting a tent on fire near a Naperville gas station, and now a man is facing a serious arson charge. That tent...
And maximum power.
To give you the most accurate information you can get.
Under.
A race against time to save a wanted suspect from a burning car. Fort Worth.
Rain popping up from the city to the suburbs. Meteorologist Cheryl Scott tracks.
Coming up, we'll tell you what keeps people...
Warning for you, apparently sitting all day and not exercising may be as dangerous to your health as being obese or smoking, but you can...
Certainly an inspiration.
Absolutely.
It is Naperville behind us. It's dark out there. These storms have been moving through.
It's good out there, though.
Yeah, meteorologist Cheryl Scott has your first alert forecast.
County, this is where we're seeing the bulk of the activity. We've had the scattered storms over the past couple of hours. Some storms producing 1 to 2 inch rain rates. So we've had reports of some flooding, also some gusty winds out there, and some tree damage. Now in Will County, right around Joliet, Jackson, this is where we're seeing the strongest of the weather right now. You can see the darker colors here. That's indicating the heavy rain. So will not be surprised for areas of brief flooding in this area. Manhattan, you're in the path of this up towards New Lenox. This is a slow-moving storm system. And as you can see, over the past hour, not a whole lot of movement, but it is drifting off to the east and the southeast. So for parts of northern Will County, even southern Cook, we'll watch out for this as this continues to pass your way. Notice off to the west, though, a few isolated to scattered storms still back there. So we're not in the clear just yet. And some rain, that will be moving in. Downtown Chicago getting in on some of this action. Now, as we head later into tonight, we'll see a weakening trend with all of these storms and then mostly dry conditions. But over the next hour to 2 hours, Futurecast indicating here scattered storms. Leaving them in the forecast pauses at 7 o'clock, still the possibility. And then 8 to 9 o'clock, drying out all across northeast Illinois. Fairly quiet early morning, but then tomorrow around 5 to 7 a.m. likely to see some more scattered showers and storms in the forecast, and the best chance during the afternoon will be areas south and west of Chicago. So a little unsettled for the next 24 to 48 hours. The main threats for tonight, lightning, those gusty winds, and some brief flooding out there. Headed to Lala tonight. They want the rain boots, have the rain gear. Rain has been moving through. It's going to be a little bit wet and muddy. Storms continuing for the next hour to 2 hours with some rain, and then that threat diminishes later for tonight. Friday, an isolated storm can't be ruled out. Not expecting a washout. Saturday and Sunday coming in mostly dry. Temps right now in the low to mid 70s. Still humid, though, and muggy. Bradley showing a temp of 84. Merrillville at 85. And dew points near 70 degrees. Now, here's the good news. A frontal boundary that's moving through, causing all of the stormy action today. That's going to be pushing through, and we'll get a little bit more comfortable tomorrow with high temps near 80 degrees in the upper 70s. So for tonight, upper 60s to low 70s. Scattered showers under mostly cloudy skies. Even a few storms continuing. Tomorrow, scattered storms in the forecast. The best threat will be morning, early afternoon, and again, mainly south and west of Chicago. Saturday and Sunday, mostly dry, temps near 80. Saturday, a few showers not out of the question, but not a washout.
All right, thank you.
Sounds pretty good, Cheryl. Thanks very much. Time for sports now. Something of a blip from the start of the Bears training season.
Nothing serious, but, you know, when they drafted this kid, everybody said, oh, he's so skinny, so they've been trying to fatten him up. He's just got to stay away from those Bourbonnais burritos, apparently.
Oh.
Not good. It as well. Those guys having a good time.
Nice to see them together.
Yeah.
We come back. We have a better idea. An elderly California couple threatened with eviction from the home they lived in for more than half a century.
Hank and Helen them. Now let's take a look at what's been trending on our website today. People on the West Coast wondering about the source of a mysterious light that was spotted streaking across the sky last night.
Have you seen the video? 50 residents from this community participated.
Good for them.
Looks like they're having fun. Eyewitness News now at 5 continues with Cheryl and Ravi.
All right, thank you both. Coming up next here on Eyewitness News at 5 o'clock, storms bringing soil where they live. But first, everybody, rain and storms moving through the area.
That's right. Meteorologist Cheryl Scott tracking it all for us. Cheryl?
Chicago back towards the west. Some thunderstorms continuing to move in the city, or getting closer to the city, but the heaviest of the rain and the storms just south of Chicago right now in Will County, just to the south of Joliet. This is around Jackson, from Manhattan, stretching down towards Wilmington. These are slowly moving to the east. Heavy rain and a lot of lightning, as well as some gusty winds continuing to push through southern Will County there. Now we have this one little batch. Some rain will be hitting downtown Chicago, but back towards the west, we still have some isolated activity, and that's what we're continuing to look at, some redevelopment back towards the west there. So over the next hour to 2 hours, scattered storms here in the forecast. I pause this at 7 o'clock, seeing a weakening trend, but still the potential for an isolated storm. And then as we head late tonight and overnight, just a few sprinkles possible. We'll stay mostly dry. Into the start of tomorrow, more storms in the forecast. I pause this at 8 o'clock. We're still unsettled. So some activity here around the city areas north, and then that all begins to shift off to the south and west of Chicago. So during the afternoon, it does appear that a lot of the area will stay dry, but still some isolated rain and storms. Something we are tracking unsettled next 24 hours, the complete forecast, what we can expect throughout the entire weekend coming up. Ravi?
All right, Cheryl.
All right, well, some